Hello everyone and welcome. In this video we are going to make this customized sergeant for the future Infernus squad. So let's go for it. Let's proceed with painting this gentleman, and as you can see it has the body of a Sword Brother from the Sword Brethren squad of the Black Templars, and it has a Pyreblaster that I got from the Primaris Crusader squad of the Black Templars as well. That's why it has this chain attached to the wrist. So it's quite nice. It looks very Black Templar, and it will be a nice customized sergeant or Sword Brother, let's say. And I decided to remove the paint, and I will paint it again because this one was one of the first miniatures that I painted back in the day. So it will be much better now, no matter what. I had some issues like with changing the weapon. First it was glued here, and while changing the pose I had to glue it a little bit more to the back. So I will try to fix this with painting. I don't know how I will do it, but I will try to fix it as well. And of course I had to rebase the model because the Infernus squad comes in 32mm bases and Sword Brothers are in like 40mm bases, so I had to rebase him. And I will start using this today. It was a gift, so I will expect that it will be much nicer and it will look better, I hope. I will let you know at the end of the video my opinion about this thing. I don't know how to call it, like a handle. Anyway, I will proceed with the painting. And someone said to me in the comments that before applying white to the black, I should try to add some kind of gray. They recommend me a Mini Stratum gray, but this is the lightest one that I have, Downstone. It looks kind of grayish to me. So I will apply this to the white areas first, and then I will proceed with my usual painting of the white, and I hope that it will look much better. So let's go for it. And now with the first layer of Dawnstone applied, I will proceed with Wraithbone to make it more white. Again, it's a thin layer, of course. I will apply 2 thin layers of it. Maybe it was even too thin, but it's okay. I don't mind when it's translucent. Even if it still looks a little bit messy after applying the first layer of Wraithbone, I have to admit that it's true. If you prime a miniature black and you want to apply white over it, it's nice to give it a thin layer of a gray color before applying the white, because this will make the white more whitish. That's something that I didn't know, and thank you very much to whoever said that to me, because I really appreciate it. So don't hesitate in sharing your feedback with me, because I want to improve painting, so I encourage you to do that. And now I will proceed with add some Corax white, and it looks more whitish than it usually does, so I will apply Corax white and see how it looks. After applying a little bit of Corax white, it definitely looks more clean in every possible sense of the word. So now, as I usually like, I will proceed to paint the parts that are more to the inside from the outside, and we have all these belts and such. And we also have them here in the back. They are visible, so I would like to do it before I continue, because of course it's going to be hidden. So I don't want to correct mistakes later. I will prefer to correct them now. So let's proceed with the belt and such. Definitely not again. Next time that I want to paint one of these guys, I will do the cape and then put it in the model, because it's kind of nightmare painting in all these hidden areas. Thankfully I didn't paint any of the white, I only paint on the black, and I can correct that with like Abaddon black, so it's okay. So I will correct those mistakes and I will continue with the model. So after that I will probably go for the metallic areas, and yes, basically every metallic area that it's around the model. So let's continue with it. Let's continue. Every metallic part is done, so now I will proceed to paint the eyes and start with the highlighting of the power armor. So let's try to do it nicely. So let's start with the highlighting of the power armor, and as usual I will use Dark Reaper, so let's proceed with it. I already applied Dark Reaper over the power armor, and I already like the look a lot. It looks better. And I also went a step back here and I covered this part of the weapon with black. I have to give it a second layer because I don't know, it was too metallic. I prefer to be more uniform in the same color. I made a mistake there, but it's good. We can go back at this stage. And now I will proceed with Fenrisian Grey to continue with the edge highlighting of the power armor. I can see that there are some places that I can polish a little bit more, like for example this leg or here in the bottom as well. But once the edge highlighting is mainly done, we can proceed to the next step, that it will be the shoulder pads. As this is a Sword Brother, it's going to have red shoulder pads with black inside. So I will try to fix a little bit the edge highlighting, and I will proceed to the painting of the red parts. I will apply corn red to the shoulder pads and also to the weapon. I will leave the cape for later. I'm not going to touch the cape for now. I'll leave it for later because I want to focus only on the cape when I do it. So let's continue with our For me, it's quite nice to see how much Sword Brother of the Black Templars changes when you add the red to the power armor and the weapon. I really like the contrast of these colors together. And as you can see, I thin a little bit the edge highlighting because it was too thick, so I decided to thin it a little. And now I will continue with the weapon. I will paint this part and this, I don't know how to call this, to be honest. So for that I will use first Runelord brass. Because yes, it's not that shiny, it's quite sad, and I will use that first and then I will do some highlighting with Balthasar Gold. So let's proceed with it. Now this is starting to look like a Pyre Blaster to me, and as I mentioned, now I will add a little bit of Balthasar Gold to make some contrast in the weapon, and of course, now that I'm going to be using this paint, I will also add it to the cross and this small thing that it has there. I think it's also like a small cross. I want to paint it gold as well, so let's go for it. And once I added Balthasar Gold to the places that I wanted to add it, I can see that it's not monochromatic, it has like more different variations of colors now, and I like that a little bit more. And now I will add some Retributor armor to this cross to make it more shiny, or to enhance the color a little bit more. And after applying Balthasar Gold to the main cross and a little bit to the weapon, because I don't want to be too monochromatic and I want to have some color transitions and such, and I like more this effect when I look at the mini in the battlefield. So I added a little bit of Balthasar Gold on the top of the barrel and on the edges as well. And now I will apply the Retributor armor to the cross in here too, to make it more shiny and goldish than it actually is right now. So let's add some Retributor armor to that. And now it's the time to go for the cape, and for that I will do the same that I did with the power armor. I will add the corn red, a very thin layer. I don't care if it's going to be translucent. And after that I will do the highlighting of everything with Mephiston red, because it's the shiniest red that I have. So that's the one that I will use. So let's go for the cape. Okay, so first layer of corn red applied, and I'm not very happy with the result because I covered too much these folding areas and I didn't add too much here. So this is a good moment to go one step back. I will add a little bit of Abaddon black with a lot of water into these folding areas because I don't want to really cover that much what is already here. I just want to enhance this folding area, so that's it. A little bit of watery Abaddon black, and then I will continue with the more corn red in the areas that are going to be more visible. So let's go for it. See, it's always an option to go back and fix the things that we don't like, especially when we are starting. I'm a beginner myself as well, and I like much more the result now. So now I will apply the second layer of corn red. Now I will try to respect much more these folders so they will look nicely. And after that we can do the highlighting. So let's go for corn red right now. And now is where I'm quite happy with the result. Maybe I mark it too much, I make it too dark, but I like it that way. That's why I leave it like that. Of course, this is like completely personal. And now it's the good moment to add some Mephiston red as highlighting. And then I will correct the mistakes and such. So let's start with the highlightings in Mephiston red. And of course I'm not going to do only the cape, I want to do it as well with the shoulder pads and the gun, so let's go for it. I really should get a different red color for the highlights because this one is not that noticeable. It's only slightly noticeable in camera right now, and I will need to get a new one, but for now this is what I have, and I think that it looks almost finished. So right now I will finish with correcting some details, and of course I would like to paint these dots in the shoulder pads, and of course I will add a little bit of Nuln oil in these inside parts to make some shadows between the belt and the rope and such. It will look nicer. and especially here as well and in some parts of the gun, so let's proceed with it. And now I'm adding Agrax Airshade to the most golden parts because I like the combination here as well. It's just nicely. I add too much here, but it's okay. When this happens, we just remove it with the brush. And after adding some Agrax Airshade, it's the time for our friend Nuln Oil, and I will use it for the inside. Because I really want shadows between the belt and the ropes. It's not that visible in camera, but there's like a huge difference. And with that, I will consider my Sword Brother almost finished. I mean, maybe at some point in the future I will want to come back and polish some details or improve something. But for now, I'm quite happy with the results, and he's going to look like this for a while. And now I will proceed to base the model. For basing the model, I'm going to use basically this. I mean, I don't want to do something very complicated. I want something simple and effective, so I will go for these two things, and you will be able to see how they look combined. So before it dries, I like to use a wet brush to clean a little bit the feet. I don't mind if the feet get dirty because of course it's going to be walking and I like to interact with the base. So I just clean a little bit so it can have the shape, and when it dries I like to remove everything that exceeds and it's in the base. And now I like to add a little bit of whitish wraithbone color to the base, so I will have like it's not going to be monochromatic, I will have different colors, so let's apply it. And as you can see, just by applying a little bit of white, it looks much nicer. It doesn't look that monochromatic, and it has a better vibe, let's say. And finally, the cherry on top of the cake, it will be a little bit of green because I like it, and I already added a little bit in the back. So this will be my customized Black Templar Sword Brother for the Infernus Squad, and I like it a lot. I like how it ended up. Maybe I will retouch something in the future, but for now this will be him. So if you're still watching, thank you very much for watching. See you next time, and please consider giving me a like and subscribing. So thank you very much, and see you.